We were younger, faster, more energetic, and probably more hungry. The Lakers had won 5 championships already, so their hunger was still there, but it wasn't the same as what we had.
Talking about Scottie Pippen is like talking about one of the best Swiss Army knives in the NBA. A player with the ability to dominate both ends of the court. 7 All-Star selections and 6 titles. Pippen, also referred to as Batman's Robin, was Michael Jordan's ideal partner. But you don't get brilliance by accident. It is forged in conflicts with the greatest of the finest. Let's examine the 6 legends that challenged him to the limit and made each match a test of his stamina. Drexler Clyde, the multi-purpose nightmare. Drexler was a formidable opponent who could make any defender perspire. Drexler showed a talent for keeping defenses guessing and frequently chasing shadows, whether it was by gliding to the hoop or bringing down jumpers. His blend of physicality and deceiving speed. Pippen encapsulated the difficulty. You were never able to unwind against Clyde. He was swift, strong, and equipped with unexpected extra gear. In the 1992 NBA, they engaged in one of their most famous clashes. The final matchup was between Drexler's Portland Trailblazers and the Chicago Bulls. He was playing at his best, displaying the range of abilities that won him a spot in the Hall of Fame. Drexler had an almost flawless game in Game 6, scoring 23 points, pulling down 9 rebounds, and dishing out 8 assists as the Blazers struggled to maintain their aspirations of winning the championship. He was everywhere, forcing defenders like Pippen to stay connected to him while creating offensive possibilities with his court vision. However, this was the best of Scottie Pippen, a protector who thrived on blocking. Stars throughout pivotal times. Shows versatility in areas other than defense, averaging 20.8 points. Basketball wasn't the only thing at stake in this matchup. 2 players that characterized their generation clashed. Drexler is a player who would make you wonder how good you really were if you didn't bring your best game. Pippen said after the series victory, "You would be embarrassed by Clyde." And there it was. The fiercest rivals are the only ones who deserve this honor.
You and Drexler, Michael and Barkley. Who would have had more chips?
I don't know. I think me and Drexler might get him.
Stop it.
The human highlight machine is Dominique Wilkins. It felt like entering a battleground of strength and extraordinary scoring ability when facing Dominique. He was more than just a dunker and was dubbed the human highlight film. Wilkins was a master scorer whose offensive toolkit featured post plays that left opponents reeling, hard mid-range jumpers, and high-flying dunks. Pippen saw halting Wilkins as more than just a defensive move. It was a matter of survival. Dominique was unrelenting, as Pippen once acknowledged. He attacked the game rather than merely playing it. You have to be prepared for combat for 48 minutes. With a thunderous climax, every possession felt like a ticking time bomb. Pippen needed his game whenever Atlanta and Chicago met. One of Dominique and Pippen's most notable fights took place on January 13th, 1992. Wilkins scored 39 points in a flash, leaving Chicago's defense reeling. He made key plays, pulled down 7 rebounds, and kept Atlanta in the game. Scottie, however, was not one to back down from a task. In response, he put on a spectacular display of his own, scoring 25 points, handing out 6 assists, and making crucial defensive stops in the closing minutes of the game. Pippen's disruptive defense forced a mistake with the score knotted in the closing minutes, which set up a crucial play for Chicago. Pippen's two-way skill was a major factor in the Bulls' eventual tight victory of 199. There was more to this clash than just a basketball match. It was theater, a demonstration of mental tenacity and athletic prowess. Even though Pippen won that night, he was aware that facing Dominique would always challenge his stamina and dedication to the task at hand. The dream was painted by Hakeem Olajuwon. Olajuwon's superb footwork and variety of post moves made even the best defenders appear unsteady. Playing against Hakeem was a struggle against absolute power for Pippen. It was you couldn't stop Hakeem, Pippen remembered. Before he took over the game, you hoped you could slow him down a bit. In the post, he was unstoppable. One of the most memorable games they ever played was in February 1996, when Pippen's Chicago Bulls and the Houston Rockets under Hickey. As Hickey demonstrated why he was regarded as one of the best players of all time, the scene was set, scoring an amazing 27 points, grabbing 9 rebounds, and blocking 5 shots. His timing and footwork overwhelmed Chicago's interior defenders. Hakeem had total control over the paint. Pippen's defensive plays against other Houston players were insufficient to change the outcome, as the Rockets won handily, demonstrating how lethal Olajuwon can be on any given night. Pippen respected Hakeem in ways that went much beyond numbers. According to Pippen, he was a behemoth who made the court seem smaller by making it seem as though the rim belonged to him. It was his territory, whether he was collecting rebounds like he was vacuuming the ball off the glass, whirling past opponents, or precisely blocking shots. Anyone who dared to question Hakeem had to meet his high standards. Pippen had no intention of stopping Hickey. It was an attempt to stay alive. Superstars could be slowed by the Bulls team idea, but Olajuwon prevailed. He established himself as one of Pippen's most formidable opponents by playing at an apparently unbeatable level. Charles Barkley was one of the NBA's best competitors because of his physical prowess, reckless physicality, relentless hustling, and blazing confidence. For Pippen, facing Barkley meant getting ready for battle each and every time. A struggle including both mental toughness and expertise. Barkley was a player who could beat you both intellectually and physically, according to Pippen. He would seize each, board trash talk during every possession, and then, as if it were nothing, hit you with a mid-range jumper. In the 1993 NBA Finals, they faced off in one of their most memorable games. Barkley's Phoenix Suns versus Pippen's Chicago Bulls was a talent show. Throughout the series, Barkley was amazing, averaging an incredible 27.3 points, 13 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. To keep Phoenix in the series, Barkley scored 42 points and pulled down 13 rebounds in Game 2. Barkley's relentless abuse of the Bulls' post men compelled Pippen and the team to reconsider their defensive tactics. However, Pippen showed why he was regarded as a top defender and playmaker by stepping up during the series. Because of his mobility, he was able to stop Barkley's drives and make him take harder shots during crucial moments. Throughout the series, Pippen averaged 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists, which kept Phoenix's defense guessing. His ability to distribute the ball, push the pace, and rebound was crucial in enhancing MJ's outstanding scoring skills. The Bulls won their 3rd straight title when Pippen and the team ultimately ended the series in 6 games. Pippen, however, never forgot Barkley's unwavering determination to succeed in spite of the win. Pippen recalls, "He pushed us to the limit. You couldn't let your guard down for a single second when Chuck was on the floor." Barkley was one of the most formidable fighters Pippen had ever encountered because of his physical strength and unwavering determination.
Because Barkley was a BMF.
Oh, he was a beast.
You and Drexler, Michael, and Barkley. Who would have had more?
The master of control, Magic Johnson. Magic's ability to raise his teammates, control the tempo, and make impossible plays appear effortless. But it put Pippen and other top defenders to the test in ways that few could. Magic was more than a simple point guard. He was a magician. Pippen once stated, "No matter how well you played, he always stayed one step ahead, making you feel like you could never really stop him." It was a matchup between two basketball titans on the grandest platform in the league when Pippen's Chicago Bulls and Magic's Los Angeles Lakers faced off in the 1991 NBA Finals. Magic, who is considered to be among the most intelligent players of all time, entered the series with the intention of applying pressure too. The Bulls' defense by planning quick breakouts and executing the attack with extreme accuracy. His dominant presence caused defenders to be caught off guard, which resulted in crucial plays and incredible assists that improved the Lakers' performance. However, Magic was not prepared for Pippen's worst matchup. Phil Jackson made the brilliant decision to assign Pippen to protect Magic, an audacious request. The defensive change helped Chicago win the series since Pippen was a forward and Magic was a point guard. Pippen's constant pressure on the ball and ability to throw magic off balance pushed the Lakers into errors, sabotaging their chances for a swift break. Pippen had a breakout performance in Game 5, adding 32 points to his lockdown defense, while also playing effectively offensively. Chicago's first-ever championship was made possible by Pippen's demonstration that he was the best two-way player, shattering the Lakers' ethos. Later, even Magic Johnson would acknowledge that facing Pippen was similar to being confined by a chess master who countered every move made by Pippen on the opposing side. He proved he could handle any obstacle that could result in triumph on the grandest platform in basketball by defeating a player as legendary as Magic.
Magic Johnson, to me, is a bigger GOAT than anybody because of how he led, how he brought a whole team.
The mailman's punishment, Karl Malone. Malone, who was 6 feet 9 inches and 250 pounds, was an unstoppable combination of superb elegance and raw force. He delivered on offense like clockwork and punished defenders with his power. Malone was like running into a truck every possession, Pippen once remarked. He wasn't giving up an inch, so you had to utilize every resource you had against him. There was more to their fights in the NBA Finals in 1997 and 1998 than just two outstanding players colliding. It was a conflict of wills. After winning MVP in 1997, Malone was at the height of his abilities. He demonstrated why he was feared in Game 1 of the 1997 Finals, scoring 23 points and pulling down 15 rebounds in an almost faultless performance. Throughout the game, Pippen and the Bulls had to change their approach in an effort to slow down Malone, who dominated the paint and stretched the defense with his mid-range shooting. Pippen did more than merely grab rebounds and block shots. He took up the physical burden of guarding Malone and used his quickness to rotate and cut off his passing lanes, becoming the glue that kept Chicago's defensive schemes together. Chicago's team-oriented defense, which was constructed upon Malone's skill. Eventually, Pippen's hustle made the difference. The Bulls adjusted as the chess game between these two titans progressed, figuring out how to wear down Malone by getting into his groove. By Game 6 of the series, Malone and the Jazz were unable to keep up with Chicago's unrelenting defense and championship confidence. Despite the Bulls winning the championship in 6 games, Malone's standing as a Titan was unaffected. Malone didn't only dominate the stat sheet. According to Pippen, who years later still regarded him as one of the hardest opponents he had ever faced, he altered your strategy for the game.
Malone's discipline.
Yeah.
He scored 32, I think 30.
I may give them the edge.
You may give him the edge.
Yeah, Carl's a tough man.
Scottie Pippen had to contend with more than just these titans. He flourished in spite of them, repeatedly demonstrating why he is considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Therefore, keep in mind that Pippen's greatness wasn't inherited the next time you think of him. It was constructed via innumerable conflicts in the league's most resilient crucible. Who, in your opinion, fits Pippen's skills set the best in the modern era? Please share your opinions in the comment section. Okay, that's it for today. Remember to click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.